All right, welcome to day one of the daily upload streak. I'm recording this on February 28th, but it will be uploaded on March 1st. We have the first batch of conference tournament brackets. I will be making videos predicting all the conference tournaments, and we'll make our picks on who we think is going to win, because the winner of every conference gets an automatic bid into March Madness, and there's a lot of big implications when it comes to these. But a lot of the smaller conferences start their tournaments on March 1st. So the ones that are being played today, the day that you're going to be seeing this, we'll do that. Now, last year, of all 32 conference brackets, I got one perfect. And it was the Summit League with 8 teams. I picked Oral Roberts to win it, and they did end up winning it. And they even went on a run in the tournament. So hopefully I can get at least one bracket perfect this year. I'm going to try to do it digitally. In the past, I would just write it out on paper, but I feel like this is either going to be easier or harder. We'll eventually find out, but without further ado, what conferences do we have? The Northeastern Conference actually starts on February 28th. This playing game between Fairleigh Dickinson and Central Connecticut, that will officially kick it off. I don't know if that game's already finished. I haven't seen that game, so I have no idea who wins. But we have the Patriot League, the ASUN, the Horizon League, the Northeast Conference, the Big South, and we're going to end it with the West Coast Conference, which is a pretty good conference. Gonzaga's in that conference. St. Mary's and San Francisco are all also good teams, so we're going to end with that one. But let's get it started. Let's start with the Northeastern Conference. Now, I have no idea who's going to win between these teams. I just realized a flaw. I gotta move this down. Yeah, this is my Indiana Insider page. This is where I do all my work for that. But, yeah, I just realized I gotta move this down. Is it centered? Yeah, it's centered. Okay, I don't know anything about either one of these teams, so I'll just take Fairleigh Dickinson, because they're the higher rated team, I guess. Mount St. Mary's, and I think that's St. Francis. Mount St. Mary's won this conference last year. So, and they were a 4 seed when they won it last year, so I guess we'll be taking them. Bryant and Fairleigh Dickinson. Now, Bryant is the favorite to win the conference, I know, because they are the 1 seed, so they are the favorite. I'll be taking them. Next, we have Long Island and Sacred Heart. Boy, I wish I could tell you something about these teams. I have no idea. I don't have a clue in the world. We'll just take, you know what? We'll take Sacred Heart, just because I want to have at least one upset in here. I believe these games are hosted by I think it's higher seed hosts. I don't think there's no central location for this conference. It's just higher seed hosts. And then we are going to be taking Wagner over. Oh, wait, is that St. Francis? Oh, then what was the other team? I don't know. Some of these teams, I know most of the teams, but I don't know every single team. All right. Bryant and Mount St. Mary's. Now, Mount St. Mary's beat Bryant last year in the conference championship game. I'm going to say Bryant's on a revenge tour. I'm going to take Bryant just because why not? Yeah, I think Bryant will win. Revenge tour. Mount St. Mary's knocked them out last year. I think they'll win. And then I'm going to be taking Wagner, the Seahawks. The Wagner Seahawks over who is that? Over Sacred Heart. Now, these are 2 pretty good teams. I'm not sure if either one of these teams could win a game come March, because they'd probably be some pretty low seeds, but they're both not bad. Who do I want to take? I am going to be taking Wagner. I'll put him up here. Wagner went on the biggest win streak in the country at one point. They were on like a 16-game winning streak. I think I picked them to win a game at one point. Pretty solid team. I think they're better than Bryant, and I think they're going to take home a dub. All right, next we've got the Big South. First we have Radford and Oh, God. Oh, God. Who is that? Big South basketball standings. Who on earth? Oh, that's NCAT. NCAT is new to the Big South this year. That's why I didn't recognize him. We will be taking Radford, though. Radford usually wins this conference, but they don't have as good of a team this year. But I'll still take them over NCAT. All right, next we have UNC Asheville, and I believe Charleston Southern. I'll take Charleston Southern. I think the 5 beats the 12 here. Next we have, damn. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta make sure this is centered. Okay. I'll be taking UNC Asheville. Oh, geez, hold on. I didn't really think this through on how I was going to edit these because I didn't want to like make a whole bracket. I just copied and pasted what was on the conference's Twitter page. But yeah, we'll take Asheville. All right, next we've got is that Abilene Christian? Big South standings. And I know that's Hampton. Oh no, that's High Point. I'll take Hampton. I don't know anything about these teams, so sure, we're rocking with Hampton. And then we have Campbell and Presbyterian. I'll take Campbell. I'll take the Camels. Camels are usually a very good team. Campbell usually has a pretty good team. I don't think they've made the tournament, but they usually have a decent team, so we'll take them. All right, so round 2. What do we got here? Let's see. Longwood and Radford. I believe Longwood, Big South standings. I believe Longwood went undefeated. Yeah, Longwood is 23-6. Longwood definitely the favorites. I will be taking them easily. Give me Longwood. Undefeated in conference play. I mean, who's going to beat them now? I mean, no one. Longwood, heavy favorites to win the conference. SC Upstate and Asheville. I'm going to take SC Upstate. I like how they're called SC Upstate and not North South Carolina. Because imagine being called North South Carolina. They're like, we'll just call you Upstate instead, which I guess sounds better. I'm going to take Campbell over Gardner-Webb just because Murray is a Gardner-Webb fan. His dad went there, so just to spite Murray, we will be taking Campbell. And then, what's the last one? We've got Winthrop and Hampton. I will take Winthrop. They won the conference last year. They still have some good players, I assume. So, Winthrop will be taking the next one. All right, last 4. Longwood and SC Upstate. I'm going to take Longwood. I mean, they're definitely the best team this conference has to offer. They've been the best team all year. I mean, they're 23-6, which for a pretty small conference, I'd say it's pretty good. And I'll take Winthrop from the other side. I think they'll beat Campbell. And then in the championship, I'm going to take Longwood. Give me the Racers. Possible upset team come March? Maybe an upset come March. They are pretty good. I mean, 23-6. I wouldn't bet against that too often. So Longwood is my pick. All right, so we've got Wagner and Longwood. I gotta clear these brackets though, so take a good look at them while you can, because they're going away because we have some more to do. All right. Oh, I just realized I can use for the ones without logos, I can just use what's it called? I can just use the word art. All right. This is the Patriot League. Lafayette and Bucknell. I remember looking at Bucknell, and their record was, like, terrible. So, I'll take Lafayette, I guess. Just because they're I just remember looking, they were like 6-20 at one point. Holy Cross and American. I don't know much about either of these teams, so Holy Cross it is, I guess. All right. Lehigh and Army West Point. I'm going to take Army. I don't know much about either of these teams, but I just know the boys in the military are tough, so Army it is. Colgate or Lafayette? Definitely Colgate. Colgate has kind of run this conference the last few years. They're definitely the best team. They honestly should have beaten Arkansas last year. They were up big in that game and then didn't win. They're trying to get back to the tournament. Next we got Boston U and Loyola, Maryland. I will be taking Boston U. And then Navy and Holy Cross. You know what? We're going to take an upset. We're going to take Holy Cross. Navy got upset last year in this tournament, I remember. I'm going to say the same thing happens. Holy Cross. I think Colgate, the 1 seed, will beat Army. And I think Boston, you know what? No, we're riding with Holy Cross. Cinderella story in the Patriot League. But I think that'll come to an end. Colgate, I think, will eventually win it. They've been the best team in this conference, so I think they'll end up getting it done. Give me Colgate to win this conference. Okay. I gotta hold on. Give me a minute. I gotta bring these brackets to the front because I accidentally sent them to the back. Okay, we have what conference is this? Oh, the Horizon League. Perfect. All right, first we have Oakland and IUPUI. I will say IUPUI has been the worst team in college basketball this year, and that's not even like an understatement. They're the worst team on KenPom. They're the worst team in all efficiency ratings. They had a bunch of players quit and had to ask for student tryouts. It got so bad. So, Oakland will be winning. Now, the way they see this is different. So, I'm going to keep Oakland down here for a second. Detroit Mercy and Green Bay. Doesn't Detroit Mercy have a guy that averages, like, oh, I spelled Detroit wrong. Detroit. Don't they have a guy that averages, like, 40 points a game? I think they do. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I'll just take Detroit Mercy. Youngstown State. Who's RMU? I have no idea who RMU is. No idea whatsoever. But you know what? Their name is shorter, so we're going to take them. I have no idea who that is. And then Milwaukee and UIC. Now, I have a bit of a connection with Milwaukee. The best player on our high school team last year, Kyle Ross, led our team to one of the biggest upsets Indiana saw last year, that game we rushed the court. He was our star player, and he plays at Milwaukee. He's a freshman at Milwaukee, and they have Patrick Baldwin Jr., so just because of that, Milwaukee. So, the highest remaining seed plays the 4 seeds. What do we have? 5? Okay, so Oakland would be the highest seed, so they would play here. And then, what else? Second highest would be Detroit Mercy, so they would play Northern Kentucky. And then the lowest would be RMU, whoever they are. So RMU would go here, and then Milwaukee would play. Purdue Fort Wayne is a 2 seed? Purdue Fort Wayne is always terrible. How are they a 2 seed? I live in Indiana. Purdue Fort Wayne is always one of the worst teams in Indiana, but they're the 2 seed apparently. All right, let's get this out of the way. I'm taking Milwaukee. Gotta rep the boys. Gotta rep the personal connection. And no one likes Purdue. I'm not rooting for a Purdue team as an IU fan. So, Milwaukee, baby. Let's go. I will take Northern Kentucky over Detroit Mercy. And then I will take Oakland over Wright State. Some of these I don't have any idea what I'm doing. And then Cleveland State. Cleveland State will be whoever RMU is. You know we gotta rep it. You know we gotta take it. Patrick Baldwin Jr. and Kyle Ross. The guy on Milwaukee that I'm talking about, I don't even know if he plays at all. But screw it. Milwaukee. I think Northern Kentucky will win. And then you know what I gotta rock with, baby. Milwaukee, baby. Kyle Ross and Patrick Baldwin Jr. are lead Milwaukee. The 9 seed. The 9 seed out of 12 is gonna win it. You heard it here first. Bold pick of the video. Give me Milwaukee, baby. All right. Next we have, this is the ASUN. Okay. So they have it split into 2 divisions. There's 6 teams in each division. They got the division split 1 through 6. All right, let's start. Stetson or Central Arkansas? I'll take Central Arkansas. Kennesaw State or Eastern Kentucky? I'll take Kennesaw State. KSU. Florida Gulf Coast or Northern Alabama? I'm going to take Florida Gulf Coast. They were in the bracketology. I think they're still in the bracketology. Oh, I just realized I have Florida Gulf Coast and Jacksonville State in the bracketology, which means I'm missing a conference. We'll figure that out when we get there. Lipscomb and North Florida. I'll take North Florida. I'll tell you right now, I'm taking Florida Gulf Coast over Bellarmine. Dunk City, baby. They know how to get it done come March. Of course they do. It's Dunk City. And I will be taking Liberty over... I'll take Liberty over North Florida. I will be taking Jacksonville State. I think they're the favorite to win this conference. So I'll take them. And then I'll take Jacksonville over Central Arkansas. Now, someone tell me, is Jacksonville State a rivalry? It has to be. That has to be a rivalry. There's no way that's not a rivalry. I'll take Jacksonville State. They're the favorite for a reason. And I'll take Florida Gulf Coast because I've had them in the bracketology for a while. And to win the conference, I'll take Jacksonville State. They've been the best team in this conference for a little bit. They're the 1 seed. They're the favorite. You should be able to get it done. So, there's that conference. And lastly, we have the West Coast Conference. This starts on March 3rd. Hopefully you guys have seen the dates throughout, so you guys can plan your viewing schedule accordingly. Pacific and Loyola. I like how this conference gives you like an advantage if you finish in the higher, because the top 2 seeds only have to win 1 game to make the championship, whereas the sub they have to win 1, 2, 3, 4 games. So it actually puts importance on the regular season. I like that. Pacific upset BYU, so I guess I'll take them. San Diego and Pepperdine. I watched Pepperdine play. They're terrible. San Diego. I will be taking BYU over Pacific. BYU kind of disappointed this year. They were ranked 12 to start the year, then completely kind of crashed and burned out of nowhere. They still can make the tournament, but they're going to need to win at least 2 games in this. They need to beat Pacific or Loyola Marymount, then they're probably going to have to beat San Francisco. I will be taking Portland over USD. I will be taking San Francisco over BYU. I watched San Francisco play against Gonzaga. They didn't win, but they looked pretty good. I mean, they did not look like a bad team. I'd put some respect on San Francisco. Their offense is good. Defense, not so much. Santa Clara and Portland. I'm going to take Portland. Santa Clara is on the outside looking in. They need a win to keep their tournament hopes alive. I'm going to say Portland with some momentum plays spoiler. Portland in the upset. I will be taking Gonzaga over San Francisco. Now, I don't know. I think people are saying San Francisco needs to go on a big run. San Francisco, I think, has enough national respect and a good enough record and strength of schedule to where I think they'll be safe in the tournament. I do think they need to win at least one game. They need to beat BYU or whoever comes out of there. If they win at least one game, they should be okay. They're not 100% in the tournament yet, but I think by the time it comes around, I think when it's all said and done, you will be seeing San Francisco. I have them at like a 10 seed right now. And I will be taking... I'll be taking St. Mary's. Because they looked really good against Gonzaga. They held Gonzaga to 57 points. They averaged giving up 59 a game. Their defense really came to play. And they fed off their crowd. It was a great win for St. Mary's. They're ranked, like 15 now? They're a dangerous team. I think Gonzaga's going to have some revenge on their mind, though. I think Gonzaga's ultimately going to win this conference. Should be fun, though. You can definitely see Gonzaga and St. Mary's will definitely be making the tournament. Probably San Francisco and possibly Santa Clara or BYU. Maybe they could make it, but they're going to need to impress Santa Clara and BYU. I will say Santa Clara being higher than San Francisco definitely is a disadvantage for San Francisco because they got to play Gonzaga instead of St. Mary's. That'll be it, though. Hopefully you guys... Oh, God, this video is long. 21 minutes for some conference brackets. But hopefully you guys enjoyed. And, yeah, see you next time.